Hey, it's Wes from Island by Film, and today I'm giving you a full ownership review of my 2022 Ford Maverick after driving it over 90,000 kilometers or about 56,000 miles. I've put this little truck through daily commuting, long road trips, snowy back roads, and a few unexpected issues along the way. If you've been curious about how this truck holds up after real-world use, not just spec sheets and dealer lots, this is the video you've been waiting for. Let's jump into it. Let's start with what most people want to know. How much does it really cost to own and run this thing? I purchased my Maverick brand new for 36,500 Canadian dollars. Over the last 3 years, I've driven it just over 90,000 kilometers. And during that time, I've spent $6,731 on fuel, $3,315 on maintenance, and $684 in out-of-warranty repairs, which I'll detail in a moment. On top of that, insurance came in at $1,500 per year, totaling $4,500 over 3 years. That brings my total ownership cost to just over $51,700 Canadian, or around $37,700 US dollars. Not bad for a daily driver that also works as a utility vehicle. Over these 3 years, I've had a total of 5 factory warranty recalls, which Ford covered entirely. Most of them were software or minor mechanical updates. Now, after warranty ran out at 80,000 kilometers, I ran into 2 issues. First, I had a charging issue. The truck wouldn't hold a charge. I initially thought it was the under-seat battery, so I replaced it. But the issue kept happening, and eventually the dealer found a wiring issue that was causing the draw. Since I was past the warranty limit, the fix wasn't covered, and that cost me $184 out of pocket. The second issue happened when my passenger side rear window stopped working, stuck in the down position. That repair cost just under $500. Not fun, but at least it was resolved fairly quickly. One of the biggest reasons I picked the Maverick, and a major reason I still love it, is the fuel economy. I consistently average around 6.8 liters per 100 kilometers, or about 34.6 miles per gallon in US terms. For a vehicle that's technically a pickup, that's phenomenal. I do a mix of city and highway driving, and the Maverick has never felt like a gas guzzler. It's efficient without feeling underpowered. Over the life of the truck, I've used little over 6,100 liters of fuel, or roughly 1,617 gallons. When it comes to performance, the Maverick isn't trying to be a full-size powerhouse, but it gets the job done. And it does it smoothly. Whether I'm cruising the highway or weaving through city traffic, the truck feels more like a crossover SUV than a traditional pickup. Steering is light but precise, the suspension is comfortable without being sloppy, and I found acceleration more than adequate for everyday use. I've done drives as long as 1,500 kilometers in a single day, and even after that kind of haul, I didn't have back or leg pain. That says a lot, especially for someone like me, a bigger guy who needs that extra support. Ford really nailed the balance between utility and comfort inside the Maverick. The seats have held their shape over time. No sagging, no worn out foam. Even after 90,000 kilometers, they still feel firm and supportive. At 5'10", I find the front legroom more than generous, and the upright driving position makes long trips easy. Storage is also excellent, from the door bins to the underseat storage in the back. The dash layout is clean, and I really appreciate the physical buttons for climate control and audio. However, I've had a reoccurring issue with the infotainment screen freezing. I've had to reboot the system regularly, which is annoying, especially on longer drives. And while I do like features like lane keeping assist and collision detection, I've noticed that the sensors can get unreliable when the truck is dirty. I've had multiple instances where collision warning systems went off while I was driving alone on an empty road. As for how it's held up, it's a bit of a mixed bag. The interior plastics and finishes still look great. The truck doesn't feel worn out, no squeaks, rattles, or signs of excessive use, and I'm not gentle with it. But the exterior paint has been disappointing. I noticed chipping just after 10,000 kilometers, and even though I submitted a claim, Ford denied the paint warranty. That was frustrating because I do wash and care for this truck regularly. But if you're buying a Maverick new or used, I highly recommend getting a 3M protective coating to help with longevity. One thing that really sets the Maverick apart is how smart the storage and utility features are. The underseat storage in the rear is perfect for tools, camera gear, or emergency supplies. I added a tonneau cover and tailgate dampener, and even used the DIY wiring port in the bed to install some extra USB plugs. It's little touches like this that make it feel like the Ford really designed this truck for people who use their vehicles. And those built-in cubbies, total game changer. Simple, but so useful. When it comes to the snow, the stock tires just didn't cut it. I live in Canada, so winter performance matters. With the original factory tires, I was slipping and spinning constantly, but after switching to BF Goodrich KO2s, I've had no trouble at all. Even with two-wheel drive, this truck handles snowy and icy roads like a champ. That tire upgrade was easily one of my best decisions I made. So after 90,000 kilometers, would I still recommend the Ford Maverick? Absolutely. It's an efficient, comfortable, practical, small truck that works just as well for city errands as it does for long road trips and light-duty hauling. It's not perfect. The infotainment and paint issues are real, but the overall value is undeniable. I've enjoyed this truck a lot, and I'm planning to upgrade to the 2026 model when it comes out. If Ford irons out some of those technical issues and bugs and adds just a bit more polish, it'll be a close to perfect truck. If you have any questions about the Maverick, drop them in the comments. I'm always happy to help and share more real-world experience. If you found this review helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. I'm Wes Fortin, Island by Film. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.